Today she will be reviewing Antebellum, and yeah, enjoy.
Discussions with Dezzi, y'all. Let's see. Past is never dead. It's not even past. William didn't even catch the last part. Starting out with a plantation. Okay.
Do you want to show this?
Why? It's beautiful, I promise. Nicely moisturized. Beautiful. So of course it's taking place on a plantation, basically recreating what happened in slavery times and just shooting her. Of course that was terrible, but that's they've had that power as being the plantation owners, being the white superiors during this time. So I'm just wondering what are they going to do with it? What are they going to present next? So to me, this is similar to what was it? Roots, where it's like he says say his name Toby. I see that illusion. What are your thoughts on that?
On what?
Like, it's just basically rape. If you do anything about it, you get killed. So it's like,
You can't do what they tell you. If you're going to do something about it, you have to be smart.
is that Cuba Gooding Jr.?
No.
It's not. Like, he looks a lot younger. It's not like, it's like a backwards compliment. Have you heard that? Like, that matches your skin tone. I've
Does
heard.
she look familiar?
You're almost so articulate. For what? For a person? What? Why does she say such in a creepy way? There's cotton. Disrespect.
Ooh, what suite was she in?
Jefferson Suite. Oh, Thomas Jefferson. The past is never dead. It's a key.
You know, my nana used to say, our ancestors haunt their dreams to see themselves. The unresolved past.
Her ancestors haunting her.
Have an amazing, you're gonna be.
BD. What does it mean?
Have you seen that before?
On the plantation.
Where?
I don't know. Why is she? I don't know. Branding. I see now. The most disrespected person in America is a black woman, Malcolm X. This is what all centers around. Why are they putting? Oh, I get it.
What?
Because they gave it to a small table. It looks like the racism being integrated into the movie. See the other lady, the crazy lady. She wants everything she wants. I understand. I'm just like, what? I had an epiphany. This is the modern time and era people need to find out because they're still in prison. Because this is still happening. Robert E. Lee changed his name. Okay, hello everyone. Discussions with Dezzi. I just got finished watching Antebellum. I can say that I've seen a lot of Easter eggs in there, and I think I understand what they're trying to say. I think one is with the butterfly metamorphosis representing change. I think that was very present throughout the movie. I think it was evident the change from Eden to even from that more submissive, the slave mentality to that strength that she exhibited at the end. She couldn't take any more, it was enough. And I also think that another important piece was actually the woman who got kicked in the stomach, who was brought on as a slave. I did look at the little background information. I think it makes sense. I think that it was very prominent for them to do that because they said that they were trying to discuss the health of black women. And it was that more neglected is as society does today. Black women are so disenfranchised in the health community. So I think that revealing that little Easter egg is very important to pay attention to. I think that also in Antebellum, when she even went onto the stage and spoke about the concept of the angry black woman, I was just actually speaking with my mom about this. People or black women might be raised in that mentality not to show fear, not to show sadness or any weakness, because it can be taken advantage of. And realizing that it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, but still to keep your respect, I think is a very important aspect that this movie is trying to reveal. But in the end, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed picking apart what was going on in the movie. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about the little girls in reflection. I think the little girl, obviously the white girl that was carrying around the little black doll, I thought that was very interesting, because if you saw in the elevator where she was even dragging it, that was, to me, it took us back to the beginning of the movie, where of course the black woman, she was being dragged by the rope. And I think the representation is that she's being taught that that's okay. Even going around helping pick the different slaves out is a representation of how society, racism is taught. It's not something that I don't think is inherent in people. You're taught that this is right, this is wrong, and racism is taught over generations. So we need to weed that out, because it's still continuing, it's still happening, as we've seen in society. We've seen it today. So weed it out, talk to people, get that out of there. And I think that contemplating this as a society, the lipstick, that's a very important one. That's a very important concept. Because when the lady told Veronica over the video, like, oh, that matches your skin, that reflects your skin, why can't it just be beautiful in general? Because I've had that happen, or people say that, oh, that lipstick, it complements your skin, it's so beautiful on your skin, I could never wear it. But to me, it could also even be inherent jealousy, like, oh my goodness, if I had your skin, I could do that, I could wear that. But that's just showing the inner mentality, the inner workings of what people are thinking. So that makes me even more conscious of whenever people say things in compliments. I'm not saying you have to go around being so careful on what you say, but just be conscious, just be a little bit more conscious. Don't be afraid to compliment someone. So my impression of the movie, I'm one of those people who like to guess what's gonna happen. That might be annoying to some people, but I think it's very prolific for me to understand what's going on. In the beginning, when it was switching between the past, it looked like the past and the present, I was like, oh, at one point she's being haunted by her ancestors, because they kept making references. I thought it was literal, and that she was whenever she fell asleep, she was gonna be in the past, and then she was gonna come back to the present, because I kept seeing those parallels. But of course, what happened was that it was still in present times. And when you start, even when she had like the Murray's hair product, I was looking at that, I was like, wasn't that created like in the 70s or above? Like, that couldn't have been during that time, the same packaging as it was. So looking at that, I was just, maybe they're just slowly integrating the past and the present at one time. But no, they were slowly leading us by giving us flashbacks to the past to help us better understand how it was in the same time period. And I think that was very impressive. I think when I realized, like, it wasn't even at the phone, to be honest. Because I saw the phone, I was like, that's just another integrated piece symbolizing, oh, this is in the modern era and everything. But no, it wasn't. I think once I finally saw the part where she saw the text from her husband on the phone, I was like, oh snap, this has to be the present. This can't be anything else. This has to be the moment of truth. And I think that this also can even relate to when you saw the table, the small table that they were going to be given, the attitude that Veronica was being given at the counter. It's a representation of how the racism back then was so overt as we've seen with slavery, but we don't realize that subtle racism that still exists, a change in attitude, the jealousy aspect, the angry black woman, all these coming together and helping us to understand and helping us to see on a deeper level by looking at the media to understand that this is happening. So I'm really grateful to watch this movie. I enjoyed it. So what do y'all think?